لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك.
Transportation is so superb.
The level of accommodation is better.
Very close to the Prophet Mosque.
I felt I should still be here to still worship more.
The changes have been so magnificent, so incredible.
Medina was a wonderful experience.
They exceeded our expectation.
For me, the Hajj savings scheme is something which we must start.
لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك الملك لا شريك لك لبيك.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuhu. Welcome to another edition of the program As You Answer the Call. I am Binta Magaji. Don't forget, the fight to stop the spread of coronavirus is a collective responsibility. Let's be conscious of all precautionary measures to stay safe. Now to the program. Plans by the National Hajj Commission of Nigeria, NAHCON, to roll out a Hajj savings scheme have reached advanced stage, as the Commission is now focusing on the appropriate date to formally launch the scheme. What are these plans and the benefits of the scheme when launched? Answers to these questions will form the main thrust of the discussion in our Spotlight segment. Also in the program, we have our regular segments such as the NAHCON News Diary, which features the activities of NAHCON chairman, key functionaries of the Commission, and other stakeholders. These are more shortly. Stay with us.
The management of National Hajj Commission of Nigeria, NAHCON, is embarking on a transformation journey that will be driven by digital technology and innovation. This is aimed at bringing efficiency to Hajj and Umrah operations and also improve service delivery to pilgrims and stakeholders. To achieve this goal, a survey is ongoing to collate data that will assist the Commission in developing a transformation plan as well as facilitate its implementation for the overall good of pilgrims before, during and after Hajj and Umrah exercises. Viewers of this program can therefore take part in the survey to make their input. For details of how this can be done, kindly visit our website survey.nigeriahajcom.gov.ng. Effective Hajj and Umrah management and administration is our concern. Help us to get this right. Signed, Management.
Thanks for being there. We begin the program with the news diary as presented from our studio. Topping the lineup is the meeting between NAHCON officials and the leadership of the Forum for State Executives of Pilgrim Welfare Boards. Officials of the National Hajj Commission of Nigeria, NAHCON, and the leadership of the Forum for Executives of State Pilgrims Welfare Boards, as well as the Armed Forces and the FCT, met Thursday, the 6th of August 2020 at the Conference Hall of Hajj House in Abuja. Issues discussed at the meeting include, among others, refund of 2020 Hajj deposits to pilgrims and rollover for the next Hajj in 2021, commencement of 2021 Hajj registration, update on Hajj savings scheme, and the upcoming retreat to discuss Hajj and other related matters.
The depositors in the Hajj savings scheme.
Speaking at the meeting, NAHCON chairman Alhaji Zikrullah Kuli Hassan said the Commission has secured the approval of the federal government to launch the Hajj savings scheme for prospective Nigerian pilgrims.
The government has given us the go-ahead. So it means the ball is in our court. That the Muslim can do something better, we must be in a hurry to start the Hajj savings scheme here in Nigeria. And to be able to do so, the state must come along. Of course, the Muslim Ummah must come along.
While pursuing its own license to operate the scheme independently, Alhaji Zikrullah Kuli Hassan said NAHCON is using Jaiz Bank as the platform to unveil the Hajj savings scheme.
It's long overdue for us to be thinking.
In their remarks, the chairman of the Forum for Executives of State Pilgrims Welfare Boards, Alhaji Abubakar Dembu, and the secretary, Barrister Awal Abdullahi, expressed support for the Hajj savings scheme, saying it could not have come at a better time.
Mr. Chairman, sir, I think nobody will object to this. We are solidly behind you, especially as this type of progress. We even be rewarded with Jannah if we actualize this Hajj savings scheme. We stay on our foot to actualize this savings scheme Allah will reward us with Jannatul Return, inshallah. I have to.
People will now come to understand the benefit accruable to the issue of this saving scheme. And alhamdulillah, as you rightly pointed out, we are going to write our names in gold, inshallah.
The act establishing NAHCON mandates it to establish a Hajj savings scheme which will make provision for the gradual payment of Hajj fares by prospective pilgrims. As the National Hajj Commission of Nigeria NAHCON set the 9th of September 2020 for the commencement of 2021 Hajj registration of intending pilgrims, leaders of State Pilgrims Welfare Board say they are making necessary arrangements for the commencement of the exercise. The heads of the Pilgrims Board stated this during interviews, saying they have made refunds to those who want their money back and have similarly rolled over the deposit for those interested in the 2021 Hajj.
Now that the National Hajj Commission has indicated that by 9th of September, the 2021 Hajj commences, I think we advise those that are willing to roll over their money, they can do so at their states.
So far, we have taken care of all the refunds that are put across to the agency. The only balance of deposit that we have is assumed to be meant for next year's Hajj operation, that is 2021 Hajj operation, inshallah.
As far as Plateau State is concerned, we are ready, inshallah. In fact, we have sensitized all our intending pilgrims that they should make hay while the sun shines. They should try and bring their deposit. People who have deposited for the 2020 Hajj, which unfortunately was not to be, most of them, if not all, have agreed that let their deposit be rolled on, to 2021, to roll over to 2021.
They stated further that the 2021 Hajj is going to be on the basis of first come, first serve. In the meantime, with the completion of the 2020 Hajj, the Saudi Ministry for Hajj and Umrah is assessing its experience in the just concluded Hajj in order to start preparations for the Umrah season. The ministry's Deputy Minister, Dr. Hussein Al-Sharif, stated this in an interview with Saudi-based newspaper Saudi Gazette in Makkah. He said the ministry will evaluate the health and organizational procedures amid coronavirus pandemic situation. Alhamdulillah, if you're just tuning in, the program is As You Answer the Call, a public enlightenment presentation on the activities of the National Hajj Commission of Nigeria, NAHCON. The efforts of the National Hajj Commission of Nigeria, NAHCON, to establish a Hajj savings scheme have reached an advanced stage, with the Commission now preparing for its takeoff anytime soon. In our next segment, Spotlight, we examine the preparations to roll out the scheme, its benefits, and many more. The details.
لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك والملك لا شريك لك.
One of the cardinal policies of the current leadership at the National Hajj Commission of Nigeria, NAHCON, under the chairmanship of Alhaji Zikrullah Kunle Hassan, is to make Hajj affordable for Nigerians. This is because undertaking Hajj requires a lot of financial resources. The current socio-economic challenges have made it difficult for most Nigerians to raise funds towards performing the Hajj. The National Hajj Commission of Nigeria, NAHCON, is not unmindful of this challenge and has therefore seen the need to fast-track the process of unveiling a Hajj savings scheme in line with the Act establishing NAHCON, which clearly states that the Commission shall establish, supervise and regulate a system of Hajj savings scheme to be operated by the Pilgrims Welfare Board of each state and the Federal Capital Territory FCT for interested intending pilgrims.
This is commendable, especially now that the recent global events have impacted our economy. Such savings will be timely and most welcome to the pilgrims as well as to Nigeria's economy.
One of those key elements that has made Hajj always leaping and unaffordable is the fact that every year we're not in a position to control the price. And I know we need a savings scheme on the immediate. The Hajj savings scheme, I believe, will be the answer to be able to put in abeyance the issue of Hajj fare increase on the rise. So for me, the Hajj savings scheme is something which we must start.
That we are going to look at the global best practice and make sure that we do not only do Hajj without sorrow, we make Hajj an investment, a scheme where we would teach our people saving culture, and their savings can even apply on the Hajj process.
A Hajj savings scheme provides a platform of gradual and convenient method of payment for Hajj, while intending pilgrims can build up funds over time.
A scheme like that would certainly generate a lot of resources. Now, for the individual, for the Hajj who is going to be attending Hajj, the first most important function of the scheme is to provide that window, that leverage, that platform that will allow him save gradually, depending on his own capacity, to save gradually towards performing the Hajj. If he cannot cough out 1.5 million naira at a go, probably over 10 years he will be able to save. And that individual will now have the leeway to save towards performing Hajj.
The general public will welcome this savings scheme. And the interesting thing about savings scheme is that you don't have to save for yourself only. You can save for your children, you can save for your brother, you can save for anybody. When it is time, that person will say, I want to go. Then the account is his, he can go.
Realizing its importance, the federal government has given NAHCON the nod to kickstart the Hajj savings scheme. With this development, the Commission is now leaving nothing to chance towards actualizing the policy. Dr. Aliyu Tanko is the coordinator of the Hajj savings scheme at NAHCON.
The good news is that the Hajj Commission, the management of Hajj Commission is determined more than ever to lift the scheme off the ground this time around, inshallah. I can tell you the management is working round the clock to ensure that all the needful are done to get the Hajj savings scheme off the ground.
To formally launch the scheme, NAHCON is in partnership with Jais Bank, which will provide the platform for the collection of deposits. It is on this basis that the officials of the two organizations met recently at the conference hall of the Hajj House, Abuja, to discuss the modalities of the Memorandum of Understanding that will guide the establishment of the scheme.
The Commission will have to obtain a license from the Central Bank of Nigeria, the CBN, which has been, the process has been on and can take some time to realize that. But in order to achieve the goal, the Commission found another way of a kind of stopgap to be able to start. That is by going through one of the banks.
In the agreement, Jais Bank will be required to migrate all the facilities to NAHCON after securing its license from Central Bank of Nigeria to operate the Special Purpose Vehicle, SPV. The establishment of a Hajj savings scheme in Nigeria can have positive impact on the funding and operations of NAHCON and the conduct of the entire Hajj exercise. In other words, it will create a system through which the entire Hajj processes can be seamlessly and effectively managed.
This is a system which is developed to make things easy for the administrators of Hajj, because this is a system that will allow the Hajj administrators like the Commission to plan well ahead.
Similarly, a good Hajj savings scheme can be used for sustainable economic development. It can also be a vehicle for nation building, creating investment opportunities in critical sectors of the economy.
If intended pilgrims decided to be depositing their money, it's their own account. They'll be depositing in an account specified, a designated bank approved by the National Hajj Commission and the federal government. That money will continue there. That money will be used, will be invested, and it will lead profit. That profit will be accruing in the account of the intending pilgrim.
Like maybe you have made an investment, or you have put an investment of 5 years duration for you to go to Hajj, and within that 5 years, a certain amount of money that has been recovered as revenue will still go back to you, apart from the normal money you have with you. So it's another way of making the poor richer, as I said.
Central to the success of the scheme is adequate enlightenment of the Muslim Ummah about the Hajj savings scheme.
Ulamas must be involved. That is why we're advising the National Hajj Commission to set up a committee to move to each and every state of the federation, invite relevant stakeholders from that state, tell them in and out of this Hajj savings scheme, how it is supposed to be operated, how the program is, when and how the program will commence, and how it is going to be operated. Enlighten the ulamas. The ulamas will in turn gather various imams from 5 daily prayers. Then they will continue. You know, most of our pilgrims are coming from the rural areas, so they need to be enlightened.
When the project comes on stream, prospective depositors will be made to acquaint themselves with the procedures for enrollment and other related steps to be taken. It is the consensus of experts that funds generated through a Hajj savings scheme can be invested in areas where the Nigerian Muslim Ummah requires interventions, or in sectors that can directly benefit the Muslim community and beyond.
The management of National Hajj Commission of Nigeria, NAHCON, is embarking on a transformation journey that will be driven by digital technology and innovation. This is aimed at bringing efficiency to Hajj and Umrah operations and also improve service delivery to pilgrims and stakeholders. To achieve this goal, a survey is ongoing to collate data that will assist the Commission in developing a transformation plan as well as facilitate its implementation for the overall good of pilgrims before, during and after Hajj and Umrah exercises. Viewers of this program can therefore take part in the survey to make their input. For details of how this can be done, kindly visit our website survey.nigeriahajcom.gov.ng. Effective Hajj and Umrah management and administration is our concern. Help us to get this right. Signed, Management.
You're still watching as you answer the call. Coming up next is Making the Hajj.
It is only in that you're going to remember Allah. With that you remember.
After performing the Hajj, pilgrims are expected to imbibe the lessons embedded in it and live with throughout their lives. How should a pilgrim conduct themselves after Hajj?
A complete way of life. That is
On Making the Hajj tonight, Sheikh Muhammad Hamisu Suleiman answers these and other questions. He begins by explaining the lessons that Hajj teaches pilgrims.
As a Muslim, you should make sure that you perform your daily prayers correctly. Don't miss your daily prayers. A man should make sure that all his 5 daily prayers are being performed in the mosque. That's why he will become a successful person, which the Hajj has laid the foundation for him. Allah says in Quran chapter 23, verse 1, 2, and 3 that قَدْ أَفْلَحَ الْمُؤْمِنُونَ. Verily the believers are successful. الَّذِينَ هُمْ فِي صَلَاتِهِمْ خَاشِعُونَ. Those who are humble in their prayers. When they pray, they are humble to Almighty Allah. وَالَّذِينَ هُمْ لِلزَّكَاةِ. Those who purify their mind from monotheism. They believe in the Islamic monotheism. They don't associate any partner with Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. If you do this, and we abstain from all actions that Allah forbids, we do that, inshallah subhanahu wa ta'ala, there is no doubt we are trying to maintain the status of Hajj.
What is the status of those who got Hajj Mabrur in the sight of Allah?
Ar-Rasul says, Hajj Mabrur laysa lahu jaza ila al-Jannah. Whoever perform Hajj Mabrur has no reward except at paradise. So which shows that once you perform Hajj Mabrur, you are one of the dwellers of paradise. If you don't destroy what you've done. So Hajj Mabrur is the Hajj performed without committing any grievous sins. As human beings, we can't do without committing sins, but minor sins will not be counted. But any major sins you committed, then you know you are destroying your Hajj. That's what we call Hajj Mabrur.
How then should pilgrims conduct themselves, having attained this spiritual cleansing?
That the Muslim should do is that to make sure that the do's and don'ts of the Quran, you should obey them. For example, when you are going to Hajj, say your best provision is piety. وَخَيْرُ الزَّادِ Taqwa. The best provision is Taqwa. And what is Taqwa? Taqwa is defined by scholars to be al-amal bi-tanzil, trying to obey the revealed book, the Quran and the Sunnah. وَلَا خَوْفٌ مِنَ الْجَلِيلِ, and putting in mind the day you will stand before your Lord to give account of your actions in this world. Then the third is وَلَا إِسْتِعْدَادِ لِيَوْمِ الرَّحِيلِ, then you be ready that whether you like it or not, one day you are going back to your Lord. So every Muslim who has performed Hajj should know that all the rites of Hajj that is performed from one place to one place are trying to remind him of the day of Qiyamah, when everybody will receive its record of action.
Pilgrims after the Hajj are expected to always remember these lessons in their lives. Sheikh Muhammad Suleiman further says pilgrims after Hajj must show respect to all people, particularly their neighbors.
And to know that Islam is not mere prayers, but a complete way of life. That is why if you look at the word La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah, if you count the alphabet there, it will give you 24 alphabets. So which shows that as a Muslim, a good Muslim, your 24 hours of the day should be in the habit of La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah. With this, if you maintain this, there is no doubt you will always be very near to Almighty Allah, and Allah will love you, and you will love Allah and His Messenger, and inshallah, the day of Qiyamah will be among those who receive their record with their right hand, and you'll be among the dwellers of paradise, inshallah.
Another important thing is for pilgrims to be more dedicated in performing their religious duties, just as they did while in the Hajj.
MashaAllah. Up next is the quiz. Welcome to the quiz segment. The question in the last episode was, name the place where Allah destroyed Abraha and his army when he attempted to destroy the Kaaba. The correct answer is Wadi Muhassar. The winner is Yusuf Bamidele Abdulaziz from Matogun, Ogun State. He provided the answer ahead of others. Yusuf Bamidele will be contacted on how NAHCON will reach him with the prize he won. A quiz winner will get 25,000 Naira cash prize. This is part of NAHCON's effort in social investment in Nigeria. Now to the quiz for this week. The question is, what sunnah of the Prophet are pilgrims expected to observe when they reach Wadi Muhassar? I repeat, what sunnah of the Prophet are pilgrims expected to observe when they reach Wadi Muhassar? Text your answer to the number showing on your screen. The winner will be the first person whose correct answer is received. All answers should carry the name and location of sender. Good luck and happy viewing. Once again, good luck to you. Before we round off the program, we take some messages from our viewers. Olakunle from Ibadan, Oyo State, sent in the first message. It reads, your quiz on this program has been encouraging us to do more research about Hajj and Islam in general. We are learning from it. Kudos to NAHCON. The second message came from Akinade Gbolagade. The message says, I want to appreciate NAHCON for introducing this program as you answer the call. The Muslim Ummah are proud of you. You too can send a message through our mobile number and other social media platforms. Remember, you can stop the spread of coronavirus by complying with all preventive measures. Let's support our governments in the fight against coronavirus. That's it on this edition of the program as you answer the call. Join me same time next week for another package. Good night and thanks for watching.
لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك والملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك